the execution sword which can kill anyone has been unleashed, which means Sukuna can finally die, right?
Hey y'all, come look at this.
Now, why is Sukuna curious about this sword? Well, Jujutsu Kaisen has portrayed him as a true artist, be it his own domain expansion or his recognition of the potential of 10 shadows. He has shown time and time again why he's an enlightened sorcerer. Despite being 1,000 years old, Sukuna always expresses his intention to acquire an understanding of new techniques. For example, by copying how Gojo healed his domain burnout. Moreover, he even studied Maharaga's model and attacks, where he applied them to his own curse technique to create a reality slash. This explains why he must also be interested in the workings of the Executioner's sword, as it guarantees death. No wonder this Grim Reaper wants an even more lethal weapon on his side. Seeing this bullshit, even Judgman was like, "What, bruh?" and pronounced Sukuna guilty, with the punishment of the death penalty along with confiscation. So as Higuruma's domain crumbles away, he receives the sword Sukuna has been looking forward to. Our lawyer theorizes that Sukuna might have lost 10 shadows during Gojo's fight, which is why confiscation will apply to Shrine. This means that Sukuna will not be able to use any curse technique, while Higuruma has a sure kill sword. Oh my god, what a huge chance! Just according to plan, right? Gege has already started his idol manga, and Sukuna is the star, which explains why Higuruma's judgment domain is no better than the justice system, for God's sake. Since Sukuna got the Vajra Curse 2 in his possession in chapter 237, this weapon was taken away instead of Shrine, according to the domain's rules. Yup, how dumb of a judge do you have to be in order to apply confiscation to a curse 2 instead of the curse technique of the guilty party? That's like taking away a murderer's knife instead of locking up the criminal for a homicide. Bruv, this idiocy in justice is why Higuruma went insane in the first place, remember? What would he do now? File a case against himself? However, in my client's defense, I would like to say that rather than a skill issue, this was a timeline problem. What? Well, let me explain. We clearly saw Yuji's team come up with the contingency plan for Gojo's loss way before the actual fight between him and Sukuna began. They had no way of knowing that Sukuna would have a cursed tool delivered to him from Uraume. It happened right when Sukuna started fighting Kashimo, and by that time, it was already too late for anyone, including our big brain Kusakabe, to think of this possibility and change of plan. On top of that, the Vajra is said to have a curse technique imbued into it, so the judge's power continued the theme of gambling, which Higuruma's entire curse technique is said to run on a chance. So, if Sukuna does not have 10 shadows with his Vajra, he still had 2 techniques to choose from, making it a 50-50 chance that the shrine would have been confiscated. It could have gone either way, but Yuji's plan was the most concrete chance of actually hurting Sukuna somehow, which is why Higuruma and the others decided to take a risk. Their plan involved going in straight away after Kashimo's death, assuming it would happen. So knowledge was the key to their plan, so the gamble paid off and recoiled back like a double-edged sword. I mean, come on. The scenario is so bad that Kusakabe, the man with a legit no curse technique, had to come to Higuruma's rescue against Sukuna's slashes. It's ironic how the roles of Higuruma, who wanted to punish Sukuna, are now reversed. In chapter 167, he admitted to Yuji that he killed the judge and prosecutor in his last case before entering the colony, which is why he felt guilty and decided to turn himself in once the barrier colony opened. This This manslaughter would definitely get him the death penalty as well, but Sukuna is basically speeding up this process.
Boom, roasted.
That being said, Yuta will make his appearance soon, especially with Ui's teleportation technique. This was the plan Kusakabe cooked up as shown in the flashback in chapter 244. With his arrival, Yuta will be able to use his reverse curse technique to heal everyone and play as support whilst also tagging in going head to head with Sukuna. But what's more important is that he's also a skilled curse tool user who can wield the executioner's sword the best whilst getting support from Yuji against Sukuna. Now, to enjoy even more peak fiction, why not watch the video on your screen right now regarding Yuji's soul being stronger than Sukuna?